Good evening, everyone. This is Jinx, your librarian. Today, I have a very special book to discuss. And if you know my channel, it is about role play of various voices in my head. So, this book is very related to that, and it's called Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. And because there is a lot of information, I've actually made couple of notes on my laptop, so I'll be looking into it from time to time. All right, so who is this book firstly for? So it is for people like me who have different voices in their head, and if you argue you don't have any voice in your head, it's probably you need to test it. Like if you can tell hello to yourself in your head, just say hello to yourself. Yeah, that's the voice we are talking about. And this voice is constant, it's non-stop, it's taking away the joy of your present situation. You can't, you have these negative emotions. Sometimes it's so overwhelming, it's killing your productivity, affecting you in all possible way. So this book is for you. It's another mindfulness book, and Michael A. Singer is supposed to be some kind of spiritual guru, but I'm not into the spirituality aspect, but I do like to tame the voices in my head so that I can be myself. So there are like 6 points that I've made notes on. The first one is in the first one he's telling you are not your voice, you're different than your voice, so don't let that voice define your identity. So that's the first topic, and the way he goes about telling is like to trying to find your own identity. So let's say your identity, you're a doctor or you're a nurse or you're a banker. So if you lose that job, you still exist. So that thing, what you thought the job was you, is not you. So if you say you are a mother or a father or a brother or a sister, relationships don't define you, because sometimes you are very far away from your family, or some of them pass away, or even though you are not that in the present situation, you're married, like you're a wife, but suddenly you're divorced, like it doesn't mean that you don't exist. You still exist. So relationships don't define you. Your work doesn't define you. Similarly, like he keeps going down, and then he tells like if there is a thought running in your head, like if you're very sad or very depressed, that doesn't define you, because there are moments when you feel numb and you don't feel any feeling at all, but you still exist. So your thoughts or the feelings, that doesn't define you. And there are times when we have done meditation and we have tried to view these voices from an external perspective. So when they teach you to meditate, they tell you not to avoid thoughts, let it pass by, and you see it like a third person's perspective, like you see all these childish thoughts coming and going. So because you can isolate your thoughts away from you, your voice is not you. So you can and some voices are so negative, so let them not define you, and separate yourself from the voice, because most of the time those voices can be very disruptive and consuming. It'll take away from your present, and if you define yourself like something like very negative, like depressed or sad or something, it takes away the joy of your future. So the first point is, guys, the voice is not you. You are different. You can view your voice from an external perspective. And the second topic, so this is, I'm not very much into this, but I'll explain to the best of my knowledge. So the author tells you have a overwhelming a strong power within you, a strong energy within you, and the author calls it, it's not a myth, it does exist. And cheers. This is not the Wiccan beer I was talking about. This is the kombucha that I showed in that video, and this is an actual kombucha. So cheers. I'm non-alcoholic, so I don't drink beer, or I do taste champagne time to time, but I consider myself non-alcoholic. Anyway, coming back to the second point, he gives example of love and relationships. So when you're madly in love, you have this super energy to do things for the other person. Everything looks happy. Every couple you meet on the movie or on the street, you admire that, you reconnect that to your partner. And similarly, when you have a breakup, you're just all crawled in the bed, or if you had a breakup or a fight with your partner, you're crawled in your bed and everything looks sad and depressing. And even before you move out of your breakup, if the partner comes back, when you have a breakup, you feel ugly, you feel low, you feel very dejected, and you don't feel confident enough. But if that partner comes back, you regain all that power, you refeel, you can do anything in life, you can achieve anything in life, you get that kind of feeling. So he talks about this power that actually exists. So he wants you to be aware of this power and, follow your passion kind of thing. So that's the second point he's talking about. And the third point I've made note is fear is something you can't avoid in your life. So you either have to, there are two options, because there are external factors that you can't control and that is affecting you. So you let go of those things, like don't be bothered or bogged down by them. Just because you think about it or you worry about it, you change nothing over there. But instead, rebuild yourself inside, like, let's say you have a very bad disease, like a terminal illness, but you can't do anything about the external factors, medicines, doctors, like whatever happens will happen. But you try, whatever days God has given you, you try to build your emotions in a positive way, listen to positive books, do something valuable for others. When you give smile to someone else's face, it will bring it back to your face. So do things within your power to enrich your life, and let go of things, especially the negative things that is coming from an external source you can't do anything about. Like if you get worried about the external things, you're not going to make your situation better. But if you're positive, there are high chances that external factors would work in your favor. Yes. And we spoke about fear, and then here another point where author is talking about, like, widen your awareness. Like most of us are walking around like we are the heroes of the life. There was another YouTuber talking about like a spotlight syndrome. So we walk around like thinking we are everything. So it's not about you. Like, widen your awareness. So especially like in the nursing industry where I come from, most of the nurses walk around thinking they are the best nurse and no one else is doing a good job. But once you widen your awareness, like, it's not about me. Even if I take off, there's someone else who can replace me. And it's not just about me, it's about everyone. Everyone here work as a team, and everyone here are here to serve the clients, because we work in very tough clients like dementia and with mental behaviors. But all of us here are not there to like it's not about me, it's about everyone. It's about the client, it's about my colleagues, it's about me. And when you expand your awareness, or when you expand your consciousness, so that's when you become a better version of yourself. It's when you can see things as a broad umbrella rather than like a microscope. You learn a lot of things. You learn about others, you learn about peace, you learn about happiness. So widen your awareness, think about everything. It's not just you, you're not the only person here. So that was a good one. And the next point the author talks about is using death as something to make you a better person, make a better decision. So the author is asking you, like, if you get to know 1 week from now you're gonna die, what are the decision changes you would make? What would matter most to you? What are the things you love to do? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? So when you think about those deep questions, ask yourself, when you find some answers, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that before I die. Ask yourself a question. If I want to do this now, I want to be a kinder person, why don't you do it now? Why don't you be a better person now? Personally, for me, guys, I work in aged care, and this has totally changed the way I look at things and people. Like, I let go of people or things who don't want to be part of my life, because at the end of the day, at the end of the struggle, it's not worth it. Because sometimes in my industry, it's so petty. People fight about small things like 5 minutes or how to make a Milo. They fight about petty things. So and with age and with patience, you develop a mentality. When people come to you with something so silly, I just tell myself, I'm not going to waste my ATP molecule on you guys. I'm going to hold my peace. So most of the time in real life, I'm a very quiet, introvert person. But these are the thoughts going on in my head. And lastly, the author talks about finding balance between two extremisms. So that is so applicable to me, guys, because I'm a very extreme person. I'm either fasting, running, exercising, or I'm eating junk and not taking care of myself, not worrying about my blood sugars, and I don't care about myself. Or I'm the other end, like I'm into very extreme situation. Even in relationships, I'm very extreme. I'm totally into you, I'm totally for you, I'll give my heart and soul, I'll do everything. Or after breakup, there would come a point I draw a line and never ever look at them, never Google their name and find what they're doing in social media, or find what is going on in their life. I will move on. So I'm either very attached, very dedicated, very loyal, or I am gone. So when my exes come back to me, they think they would have experienced the very loyal person in me. So when they come back, they are like really shocked at the way I've moved on, because I am an extreme person. That's about me. But in this scenario, the author gives example of a relationship where the person is very clingy and very attached, so that relationship might dissolve. And also he talks about another situation where the partner is very independent, always outgoing, maybe he or she's on trip, traveling the world, and is not in touch with the partner. Like, it's been months and years since he last met his partner, or built a relationship with that. So on either cases of the scenario, the relationship will dissolve. So we need to learn to strike a balance. Something like, we both go to different work, we come back together, we have a dinner time together, like you put equal effort, but there is space between you, not that you both are like doctor and nurse and you're working together, you come home together. So you have a balance. You go somewhere, I go somewhere, you meet your friends, I meet my friends, and we come back together. So we need to give that space and strike that balance to have a very successful and healthy relationship. Just to sum up, you are not your thoughts. Yes, you are not your thoughts, you're different from your thoughts. And then you have a very strong energy that is in you, and you need to use it wisely. And then you need to face your fears and do things which are in your control and let go of things that's not in your control. And then you need to widen your consciousness. You need to expand your awareness and let go of the spotlight effect. It's not just about you, it's about everyone else. And then you think of death. If you had to die, would you be doing what you're doing, or would you improve your life? So if you would improve your life, why don't you do it now? And lastly, guys, strike a balance between the extremism. And if you follow all these techniques, I think you would be a better version of yourself. And I believe that you can tame your voices in your head. It won't go away, but you can tame them and redirect them in a productive way. I will tell a personal example. Like everyone, I have been through breakup, and then I went to a self-hypnosis. So I've done meditation side, and I wanted to do something different. So I went and met a hypnotherapist, and the hypnotherapist was more like an affirmation session. And what he told me about hypnotherapy was, in mindfulness and in meditation, you let the thoughts come and you watch them like an observer, and you make peace with them, and that's how the meditation works. And in hypnotherapy or self-hypnotherapy, there's so many voices in your head, and because you're holding it like a dam, when it comes out in a destructive way. So this hypnotherapy is like a dam, and using the water and directing the water in a productive way. That's what you do by self-hypnotherapy. Is like you give out affirmations and redirect your thoughts in a productive way. So that's it, guys. I hope you like the book. My reviews are just to make you go and reach out for those books and pick yourself a copy. And it's very close to my heart, and I hope you like my review. Like, comment, and subscribe. Kisses. See you. Bye bye.